chose comfort, I chose greatness.
And we're living different lives. She chose comfort, I chose greatness. Now we're living different lives. Back when we were standing at the same crossroads tonight. You wanted guarantees, I wanted possibility. You wanted something finished, I was still becoming me. And maybe neither one was wrong, maybe we just saw things differently. But every dream worth having comes attached to uncertainty. Now these city lights below me look like stars beneath my feet. Every sacrifice I made finally feels complete. I still wish you well, but I can't pretend I wasn't meant for more than where we ended. She chose comfort, I chose greatness. That's why our roads divide. One of us wanted safety, one of us wanted to fly. She chose comfort, I chose greatness, and the distance tells the truth. Some people choose the shelter, some people choose the view. Everybody loves the outcome, nobody loves the climb. Nobody talks about the pressure of betting on your own life. I slept with uncertainty more nights than I can count. While everybody else was doubting, I was figuring it out. Now success feels quiet, not loud. That's the secret they don't tell. The higher you rise, the more you value peace as well. And every goodbye that hurt me built another layer of strength. Every closed door redirecting my direction. You were part of the journey, but not the destination. And that's something I finally understand. She chose comfort, I chose greatness. That's why our roads divide. One of us wanted safety, one of us wanted to fly. She chose comfort, I chose greatness, and the distance tells the truth. Some people choose the shelter, some people choose the view. Maybe the hardest choice is believing in yourself when the results aren't visible to anyone else. Maybe greatness begins the moment you stop explaining and start building in silence. Silence, silence, silence. No resentment, no revenge, no desire to prove a point. Just gratitude for the pressure that revealed my potential. She chose comfort, I chose greatness. That's why our roads divide. One of us wanted safety, one of us wanted to fly. She chose comfort, I chose greatness, and the distance tells the truth. Some people choose the shelter, some people choose choose the view. Yeah. Fade away. The day I stopped checking her profile was the day I got my life back. The day I stopped checking her profile was the day I got my life back. No more searching for clues, no more scrolling through the past, no more wondering who's beside you, no more chasing what didn't last. Funny how addiction hides inside the smallest habits. One more look became every night, and every night became a pattern. I was feeding old emotions with information I didn't need, keeping wounds from closing just to watch them bleed. I thought I needed answers to finally move on. Turns out healing started when I stopped looking for one. I stopped checking her profile, started checking on myself. Stopped watching her life and started building something else. The more I looked away, the more I found my peace. Sometimes freedom begins the moment obsession leaves. I stopped checking her profile. Now I finally sleep. Ooh, finally sleep. Finally sleep. The city looks different now, like somebody cleaned the glass. Colors feel a little brighter when you're not trapped in the past. Everybody talks about heartbreak, nobody talks about recovery. Nobody tells you how powerful it feels to choose yourself intentionally. I start measuring my value by whether you still care. Stop comparing my journey to pictures people share. Now my focus feels expensive, my energy feels rare, and my future looks much better without looking over there. Some doors stay closed because they're supposed to, and some stories end because they outgrew you. I stopped checking her profile, started checking on myself. Stopped watching her life and started building something else. The more I looked away, the more I found my peace. Sometimes freedom begins the moment obsession leaves. I stopped checking her profile. Yeah. Now I finally sleep. Maybe closure isn't a conversation, maybe closure is a decision. Maybe moving on isn't forgetting, maybe it's choosing a new direction. Maybe the strongest thing a man can do is stop reopening old wounds and trust the future more than the past. No curiosity, no temptation, no late night investigation, just discipline and peace, growing in the empty spaces. I stopped checking her profile, started checking on myself. Stopped watching her life and started building something else. The more I looked away, the more I found my peace. Sometimes freedom begins the moment obsession leaves. I stopped checking her profile. Yeah. Now I finally sleep. away. Finally sleep. Yeah. Fade away. Finally sleep. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. That's where the distance began. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. That's where the distance began. Every conversation felt like pressure. Every silence felt like a chest. I kept trying to understand her while forgetting to protect myself. You wanted constant reassurance, I wanted trust without conditions. You wanted proof every evening, I wanted space for my ambitions. The city lights don't ask for anything, they simply shine. Maybe that's why I spend these nights watching them instead of looking behind. I wasn't hard to love, I was just tired of proving it every day. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. One of us needed noise, one of us needed release. Wanted attention, I wanted peace. And somewhere in between we became two different dreams. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. Funny how clarity arrives after enough distance. Funny how the truth appears once emotion loses influence. I thought losing you would leave a hole inside me. Instead it left a silence where I could finally find me. Now my mornings feel lighter, my focus feels expensive, my energy feels protected, my future feels impressive. Not because you're gone, but because I stopped abandoning myself, trying to save something that wasn't healthy. Some relationships end, not because love disappeared, but because peace did. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. One of us needed noise, one of us needed release. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. But somewhere in between we became two different dreams. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. Maybe love isn't enough when priorities don't align. Maybe chemistry means nothing without peace of mind. Maybe the strongest choice is walking away calmly instead of staying and losing yourself slowly. No anger, no blame, no need to choose sides. Just acceptance and a better understanding of what I need in life. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. One of us needed noise, one of us needed peace. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. And somewhere in between we became two different dreams. She wanted attention, I wanted peace. left when I was building. Now you see the view. You left when I was building. Now you see the view. Back when all I had were dreams and 100 things to prove. You got tired of the process, wanted something easier. To know the man you doubted was becoming something serious. Now the city's underneath me, glass walls and quiet nights. Funny how the same stars shine on both sides of different lives. I don't say that out of spite, I don't say it with resentment. I'm just looking at the distance and respecting why it happens. Sometimes the people who leave become the reason you evolve. Sometimes heartbreak answers questions I never saw. Your goodbye became my upgrade. Your absence became my focus. Every night I thought I'd lose it. Made me stronger than I noticed. Now I'm standing where I pray to be, with a clearer state of mind. Her loss, my upgrade. That's just life sometimes. My upgrade, yeah. That's just life sometimes. I remember all the promises made under city lights, back when we were chasing futures, trying to get everything right. You wanted certainty, I couldn't give it then. I was still becoming the version of me I am. Now success feels quiet, not loud as some people never mention. The higher you climb, the more you value peace and protection. So I stopped explaining myself, stopped trying to be understood. The right people recognize growth, what I need improve. I don't regret the story, even if it didn't last, because every chapter helped me become this man. Your goodbye became my upgrade. Your absence became my focus. Every night I thought I'd lose it. Made me stronger than I noticed. Now I'm standing where I pray to be, with a clearer state of mind. Her loss, my upgrade. That's just life sometimes. My upgrade. Stop looking backwards. The moment I found purpose, I stopped questioning endings. The moment I found meaning, and maybe we were meant forever. Maybe we were meant for growth. Maybe losing each other was how we both move forward. No revenge, no competition, no need to compare life. Just gratitude for every lesson hidden inside goodbye. Your goodbye became my upgrade. Your absence became my focus. Every night I thought I'd lose it. Made me stronger than I noticed. Now I'm standing where I pray to be, with a clearer state of mind. Her love, my upgrade. That's just life sometimes. That's just life sometimes. Ooh, yeah. My upgrade. Ooh, I'm on my upgrade. Ooh, fade away. She was waiting becoming one. She was waiting for results while I was becoming one. Back when all I had was vision and the future still undone. You wanted proof in your hands, I only had belief. You wanted certainty, I was learning how to lead. The city felt so far away back when I was on the ground. Now the skyline knows my story. Hey, every light a different chapter now. I remember every sacrifice, every night I almost quit, every moment life was testing whether I was built for this. Most people love the outcome, few people love the process. That's the difference. She was waiting for results, I was becoming one. She was counting finished victories, I was building from none. She was waiting for proof, I was learning how to trust. Now the life I once imagined looks back at who I was. She was waiting for results, I was becoming one. Becoming one, becoming one, yeah. Funny how success arrives quietly after years of noise. Funny how confidence appears after enough difficult choices. Everybody wants the penthouse, nobody wants the pressure. Everybody loves the finish line, nobody loves the effort. Now my peace feels expensive, my focus feels rare, and every goal I prayed for feels a little closer here. Not because life got easier, because I became stronger. The man I needed finally caught up with the dream. The reward was never the money, the reward was becoming me. She was waiting for results, oh, I was becoming one. She was counting finished victories, I was building from none. She was waiting for proof, I was learning how to trust. Now the life I once imagined looks back at who I was. She was waiting for results, I was becoming one. Is invisible while it's being built. Maybe the strongest foundations are buried underneath. Maybe belief is staying committed before the world understands. No resentment, no proving, no need for recognition, just discipline and the satisfaction of keeping promises to myself. She's waiting for results, I was becoming one. She was counting finished victories, I was building from none. She was waiting for proof, I was learning how to trust. Now the life I once imagined looks back at who I was. She was waiting for results, I was becoming one. I was becoming one. becoming one, becoming one, yeah. Fade away. I don't miss her. I miss who I was when I still believed. I don't miss her. I miss who I was when I still believed. Back when forever sounded simple. Back when love felt easy to keep. Back when I thought loyalty could solve everything. Back when my heart was open without questioning a thing. Sometimes I confuse the memory with the person that she was. Then I realized what I miss is the version of me she knew. Because the city looks the same tonight, but I don't see it the same way. Growth has a way of changing what your eyes decide to chase. Maybe I wasn't mourning you. Maybe I was mourning innocence. Maybe that's the difference. I don't miss her. I miss who I was before the lessons, before the scars. I don't miss her. I miss the way I used to love without fear, without God. But every loss taught me something. Every wound revealed the truth. And the man I am becoming would never trade places with that youth, that youth. Everybody talks about healing like it's a straight line forward. Nobody talks about missing the person you were before it. I used to wear my heart openly. Now I wear wisdom instead. Not because I became colder, because experience lives in my head. The penthouse lights reflect across the glass tonight, and every version of me feels visible in the skyline. The dream of the broken one, the memory building piece by piece. All of them had to exist to create the peace I keep. I don't regret the journey, even when it hurt, 'cause every chapter added something to my word. I don't miss her. I miss who I was before the lessons, before the scars. I don't miss her. I miss the way I used to love without fear, without God. But every loss taught me something. Every wound revealed the truth. And the man I am becoming would never trade places with that youth. No blame, no desire to go back, just an appreciation for every version of me that survived the impact. I don't miss her. I miss who I was before the lessons, before the scars. I don't miss her. I miss the way I used to love without fear, without God. But every loss taught me something. Every wound revealed the truth. And the man I am becoming will never trade places with that youth. Will never trade places with that youth. product, not the man becoming one. She wanted the finished product, not the man becoming one. Wanted the penthouse, not the night sleeping in my car. Wanted the spotlight, not the years spent in the dark. Wanted certainty when all I had was vision. Wanted proof while I was still building. I don't blame her. Most people want results, most people never see how expensive success becomes. Now the city shines beneath me, like a promise I kept to myself. Not because I was special, because I kept showing up when nobody else helped. Some people fall in love with the outcome. Some people fall in love with the journey. She wanted the finished product, I was still under construction. She wanted certainty, I was living on faith and assumption. She wanted the destination, I was focused on the climb. And that's why we became strangers, somewhere between the dreams and time. Under construction, yeah, under construction. Funny how people celebrate the version they once doubted. Funny how opportunities arrive when you no longer chase them. I remember every sacrifice, every lonely conversation. Every night I questioned everything and still found motivation. Now the watch is expensive, the view is expensive, but the peace inside me is worth more than all of it. Because I know what it costs to become this man, and that's something nobody can take back. I stopped needing validation the moment I validated myself. She wanted the finished product, I was still under construction. Oh, she wanted certainty, I was living on faith and assumption. She wanted the destination, I was focused on the climb. And that's why we became strangers, somewhere between the dreams and time. Maybe the right people don't need guarantees. Maybe the right people believe before they see. And maybe loyalty shows up before success arrives, not after. No anger, no resentment, no need to prove who was right. Just gratitude for becoming the man I promised myself. She wanted the finished product, I was still under construction. She wanted certainty, I was living on faith and assumption. She wanted the destination, I was focused on the climb. And that's why we became strangers, somewhere between the dreams and time. Somewhere between the dreams and time. She wanted the finished product. Under construction, yeah. Fade away. I became everything they said I wouldn't. Now the city knows my name. I became everything they said I wouldn't. And now the city knows my name. Back when I was louder than every dream I had. Back when people laughed politely at the plans inside my head. They said, be realistic. They said, lower your expectations. They never understood the power of dedication. I spent nights alone, building something nobody could see, while everybody else was sleeping. I was becoming me. Now the skyline glows beneath me, like proof that patience pays. And every closed door in my past quietly helped create this place. The funny thing about belief is nobody notices until it works. I became everything they said I wouldn't. Turned every doubt into momentum. I became everything they said I couldn't. Now my peace is expensive, and my focus is priceless. I became everything they never saw coming. Never saw coming. Never saw coming. Funny how success changes conversations. Funny how silence becomes respect. Funny how people start believing after you've already placed the bet. I don't hold grudges, I don't keep score. The only thing I compete with is who I was before. The watch is nicer, the view is higher, but that's not why I'm proud. The real victory happened the day I stopped needing the crowd. The strongest validation comes from keeping promises to yourself. I became everything they said I wouldn't. Turned every doubt into momentum. I became everything they said I couldn't. Now my peace is expensive, and my focus is priceless. I became everything they never saw coming. Maybe the reason they doubted was because they couldn't see it. Maybe the reason I succeeded was because I believed it when nobody else did. No proving people wrong, just proving myself right. One day at a time. I became everything they said I wouldn't. Turned every doubt into momentum. I became everything they said I couldn't. Now my peace is expensive, and my focus is priceless. I became everything they never saw coming. No, they never saw coming. I became everything they said I wouldn't. Oh, never saw coming. Never saw coming. and somehow life got quieter. I stopped explaining myself, and somehow life got quieter. Used to spend hours defending choices nobody understood, trying to make my vision fit inside somebody else's view. Used to over-explain my silence, over-explain my ambition, over-explain every move like I needed permission. Now the city glows below me, and the view says enough. Success taught me something simple: results speak louder than us. The less I talk, the more I build. The more I build, the less I care. Not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. Not everyone is supposed to. I stopped explaining myself, and peace walked through the door. I stopped explaining myself and needed approval no more. The people who get it, get it. The people who don't, never will. I stopped explaining myself and finally stood still. Stood still. Stood still. Stood still. Yeah. Stood still. Oh. Funny how silence gets mistaken for weakness by insecure minds. Funny how confidence gets quieter the more it matures with time. I don't need to prove my worth to people committed to misunderstanding. I don't need applause to know exactly where I'm standing. The penthouse isn't validation, the money isn't proof. The peace inside my chest is the only thing I need the truth from. And tonight the city feels calm, like it finally understands the man I became without a single explanation. Strongest moves often happen quietly. I stopped explaining myself, and peace walked through the door. I stopped explaining myself and needed approval no more. The people who get it, get it. The people who don't, never will. I stopped explaining myself and finally stood still. Maybe maturity is realizing you don't owe everybody an explanation. Maybe freedom is trusting yourself without needing agreement. No convincing, no proving, no overthinking, just purpose, just focus, and a life worth living. I stopped explaining myself, and peace walked through the door. I stopped explaining myself and needed approval no more. The people who get it, get it. The people who don't, never will. I stopped explaining Last time I missed her felt different somehow. The last time I missed her felt different somehow. No weight on my chest, no ache in my lungs, no need to reach out, just a memory passing through, like headlights crossing rain. For years I thought healing would be forgetting your name, but healing wasn't erasing, it was remembering without pain. The city looked the same, the skyline hadn't changed, but something inside me finally did, and that's what rearranged everything. I used to miss you and lose myself. Now I miss you and keep moving. The last time I missed her, I smiled instead of breaking. The last time I missed her, I kept my peace instead of chasing. The last time I missed her, I finally understood. Some people stay in your heart without staying in your life, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Funny how acceptance arrives when you stop forcing it. Funny how answers appear when you stop searching for them. I spent so many nights trying to understand the ending. Now I'm more interested in where I'm heading. The penthouse feels warmer, the silence feels lighter, the future feels closer, the pressure feels smaller. And every version of me that suffered through the process will be proud of who I became on the other side of it. You were a beautiful chapter, but not the whole story. And that realization changed everything for me. The last time I missed her, I smiled instead of breaking. The last time I missed her, I kept my peace instead of chasing. The last time I missed her, I finally understood. Some people stay in your heart without staying in your life, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe moving on isn't a destination. Maybe it's a collection of small realizations, like waking up one morning and noticing the pain is gone. Not because you forgot, because you've grown. No sadness, no anger, no unfinished feelings, just gratitude for the lesson and excitement for what's coming. The last time I missed her, I smiled instead of breaking. The last time I missed her, I kept my peace instead of chasing. The last time I missed her, I finally understood. Some people stay in your heart without staying in your life, fade away. Fade away. I found peace where she left me. Never thought I'd say that. I found peace where she left me. Never thought I'd say that. Back when every empty room echoed with your name. Back when every midnight drive ended in the same pain. I thought healing meant replacing everything we used to be. Turns out healing was remembering without losing me. The city still shines the same outside this window tonight, but something changed inside me and finally made it right. I stopped fighting reality, stopped arguing with the past, and the moment I accepted it, the weight didn't last. The hardest part wasn't losing you. The hardest part was finding me again. I found peace where she left me, right in the middle of the pain. I found strength where she broke me, in sunlight after rain. I found peace where she left me, that's the part nobody sees. Sometimes what feels like the ending is where your freedom begins. Freedom begins. Freedom begins. Everybody wants closure, nobody wants patience. Everybody wants answers, nobody wants transformation. I spent too many nights looking for meaning in the loss. Then I realized the lesson was becoming my own boss. Now my focus feels cleaner, my standards sit higher, my future feels brighter, and my purpose burns like fire. Not because I forgot you, because I finally remember myself. There's a difference. Sometimes life removes people to return you to yourself. I found peace where she left me, right in the middle of the pain. I found strength where she broke me, in sunlight after rain. I found peace where she left me, that's the part nobody sees. Sometimes what feels like the ending is where your freedom begins. Maybe the loss was the gift, maybe the wound was the teacher. Maybe the silence was preparing me for a better future. Maybe every closed door was protecting something greater than I could understand. No resentment, no blame, no unfinished business, just gratitude for the growth hidden inside. fade away. The view got better without us, and I hate that it's true. The view got better without us, and I hate that it's true. I thought I'd lose the color the moment I lost you. Now the skyline looks clean, the air feels easier to breathe. Funny how the thing I feared the most became exactly what I need. Used to leave a light on, waiting for your call. Now I sleep through every night without wondering at all. The city keeps moving, the seasons keep changing, and somehow this heart of mine finally stopped breaking. I won't pretend I never miss you, so memories still hit like rain. But every time I look behind me, I remember why we changed. The view got better without us, the sky got clearer somehow. The noise disappeared, the pressure dissolved, and I can finally hear myself now. The view got better without us, that's the truth I never planned. Sometimes letting go is how you become the person you're meant to be in the end. Without us, without us, yeah. Everybody talks about finding love, nobody talks about finding peace. Nobody tells you the hardest goodbye might be the one that sets you free. I remember the arguments, the circles we repeat, trying to save something that was already incomplete. Now I move with intention, talk with purpose, protect my energy and trust the process. I learned the strongest men don't chase what wants to leave, they simply open the door and let life reveal what it needs. You were a lesson, not a mistake, and that's the difference. People rarely make. The view got better without us, the sky got clearer somehow. The noise disappeared, the pressure dissolved, and I can finally hear myself now. The view got better without us, that's the truth I never planned. Sometimes letting go is how you become the person you're meant to be in the end. Maybe forever was never the goal. Maybe growth was, maybe peace was, maybe the ending hurt because it was necessary. Maybe we were chapters, not the whole story. No blame, no anger, no unfinished conversations, just acceptance and a man who finally trusts the direction. The view got better without us, the sky got clearer somehow. The noise disappeared, the pressure dissolved, and I can finally hear myself now. The view got better without us, that's the truth I never planned. Sometimes letting go is how you become the person you're meant to be. feet away. I don't chase anymore. I attract what's meant for me. I don't chase anymore. I attract what's meant for me. Took a long time learning what I couldn't see. Used to run after people who were running from themselves, trying to save everybody while neglecting my health. Now the city's glowing gold outside my window frame, and every lesson that once hurt made me impossible to break. I got scars under designer jackets, peace hidden behind these sunglasses, and 1,000 reasons to look back, but none of them worth having. Some people only love you when you're easy to control, and some people leave the moment you start growing. I don't chase anymore. If it's real, it'll find me. I don't beg anymore. What's mine will arrive naturally. I spend too many nights trying to hold what wanted freedom. Now I let the universe decide, and somehow life feels easier. I don't chase anymore. I don't chase anymore, yeah, no. Funny how the silence changed me. Funny how distance made me wise. Funny how heartbreak became fuel and failure became disguise. Oh, everybody sees the success, nobody sees the transformation. Nobody saw the lonely nights building stronger foundations. I learned that self-respect is more attractive than attention. In the moment I stopped forcing things, everything started aligning. I stopped chasing validation, stop chasing explanation, stop chasing people who will never stay. I don't chase anymore. If it's real, it'll find me. I don't beg anymore. What's mine will arrive naturally. I spend too many nights trying to hold what wanted freedom. Now I let the universe decide, and somehow life feels easier. I don't chase anymore. Maybe every goodbye was making room for something better. Maybe every closed door protecting me from the wrong forever. Maybe growth begins the moment you stop chasing and start becoming. No pressure, no proving, no convincing, no competing, just faith, just patience, and the man who finally understands time. I don't chase anymore. If it's real, it'll find me. I don't beg anymore. What's mine will arrive naturally. I spend too many nights trying to hold what wanted freedom. Now I let the universe Fade away.